Hello and welcome to Ecoholics. In this video, we will discuss each and everything about Indian Economic Service syllabus. Generally, students have the confusion like how to cover the syllabus. First of all, before covering the syllabus, we need to know how to approach that. So in this video, we will discuss a lot of things. How to see the syllabus, what exactly you need to cover in the syllabus, how to approach that particular topic, how to make notes, and how to link with current affairs. So these are the things that we will be discussing in this video, along with how to incorporate all these in answer writing. Because when you are going to give the examination in 2025, 2026, you need to understand that in this syllabus, what exactly you need to cover. Because UPSC gave only two things. One is syllabus and second is previous year question papers. So here in this video, we will discuss the most important thing, which will show you the direction. It's like similar to how you put navigation before you leave home to a certain destination. So this is our Google navigation. We'll see how to cover that. Okay. Apart from this, we conduct every Sunday Indian Economic Service live workshop. The link is given in the description, which is absolutely free. So if you want to register, you can register absolutely for free. Link is in the description. Now we'll discuss about the syllabus. If you see the syllabus, this exam consists of 6 papers. 6 papers means 2 papers for general English and general studies, which consist of 100 marks each. And then we have 4 papers of economics, consist of 200 marks each. Put together, we have 1000 marks. So it is clearly written 1000 marks in total. And then we have 200 marks personality test. What UPSC call is personality test, not the interview. Because if you see our result in last 5-6 years, 80% students qualified from Ecoholics. So whole result of Indian Economic Service, 80% students were from Ecoholics. So we know what exactly you need to do to clear this examination, as well as the personality test. Now why they call personality test? Because in the written examination, they have already checked your knowledge. So they're not checking your knowledge per se or on priority. It means they are checking how good you are at speaking, how good you are at presentation, how good your demeanor is, how good your character is. Because you will be representing our country at various platforms within as well as outside India. So here we understand how to approach this. This is the dream examination of students of economics. So we'll see there are 4 papers of economics and 2 separate papers, which is general English and general studies. We'll see that later. But first we'll start with general economics 1. In general economics 1, you have part A and part B. So if you see under part A, we have full microeconomics. Under microeconomics, you know, there are 5 parts: consumer demand, production, value, distribution, and welfare economics. And we have part B, which is quantitative methods in economics. So one is mathematical economics, stats and econometrics, and income distribution. So I can say majorly in this paper, you have majorly these parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on top and 3 other. So 8 parts you have in paper 1 of general economics. Now here, if you see, if you want to approach anything, before you approach anything, you take this syllabus. This is available on our website, ecoholics.in, freely available. You can just copy paste this in a Word file, or I would say that you should write on pen and paper in the same manner. Because when you write on pen and paper, you remember what exactly there in my syllabus or not. But if you just copy paste in a Word file, take it a printout, stick it in front of your desk, it will not serve the purpose. Now if you write, see cardinal utility, marginal utility, consumer surplus, indifference curve, analysis, utility function, price income substitution effects, Slutsky theorem, and so on. What exactly you need to do is, you need to take a loose sheet, loose A4 size sheet, and on top you have to write these things: cardinal utility analysis. In that cardinal utility analysis, you just have to write the heading, and under it you make your own notes by reading that particular topic from our reliable sources. In my separate video, I've already told you the reference books of each and every section. So you can go and watch out that after this video. Link is again in the description. Now cardinal utility analysis 1 page, then marginal utility and demand 1 page, and similar to that you have to cover that. We at Ecoholics have calculated, our faculty calculated, our academic team calculated around 250 topics like this. So it means if you take one topic, it will take 250 days. So you can imagine how much time you need to prepare for this examination. Now here, if you take two topics, obviously the time will cut to half, which is 125 days, approximately 4 to 5 months. Now here we need to understand what exactly we need to do. So in theory of consumer demand, similar if you go for theory of production, similar you go for theory of value, distribution and welfare economics. When you cover these, you will understand what exactly we need to cover in terms of notes. Now what exactly we need to write in the notes, I'll tell you later on. Same lines if you see quantitative methods in economics. Now differentiation and integration and their application in economics. Application. It means it's not the concept that they will be asking. They will be asking the application with the help of microeconomics, which is the part of your general economics 1 because part A. So here the concepts will be related to mathematical methods, but their application will be related to microeconomics. Again, optimization techniques, sets, matrices, etc., input, output of Leontief, linear algebra and linear programming in economics. On the same line, statistics and econometrics. So you can see basic statistics will be there. Now the statistics that you study in school will be covered only in one line. But after that you can see time series, you will find in Damodar Gujarati book, index number, etc., etc. So books I will not be telling because I have already told in a separate video of 1, 2, 3, 4 all economics paper. And we have income distribution. So the approach we need to understand in the syllabus is to have one particular page or maybe more than one page you can go, but always make your notes in the loose sheet because it will help you to update it and it will help you to revise as well. So what exactly you need to do? You need to make 4 files, 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the notes of G1 put it in one file, then G2 put it in second file and so on. Now we'll come to general economics 2. Now here you can see in economic thought, there are several theories have been given or ideologies because mercantilism is an ideology. Physiocrats, classical, Marxist, neoclassical, Keynesian and monetarist school of thought. Now what exactly you need to do? You need to cover these concepts. In those concepts you have to write like their thinkers, their major contributors towards this ideology, and make notes of that because every year if you see PYQs, UPSC is running out of the question from history of economic thought. Now in economic thought, UPSC is also feeling like a saturation. So they are repeating the question. Obviously, I'm not saying repeating the same language of the question, but the theme is always like in every 3 years, you will find some kind of a repetition. And here in this, they are asking to compare as well, like compare mercantilist with classical or physiocrats with mercantilist, or how Marxism is different from the Keynesian economics or Keynesian versus classical. So mix and match they are asking. Keep in mind these things that you should have merits, demerits in comparison. That should always be in your notes. Now under national income also, it's like if you are not sure about national income, go for 12th class NCERT where you have national income concepts. And on the basis of that, majorly they're asking national income, but 2 new consideration, which we see generally in 21st century with environmental concerns started taking the center stage. So environmental consideration and green national income, how we incorporate the cost to environment into national income. So this is like one of the theory question you can expect, and another is like related to the calculation. Now again, here you can see theory of employment, output, inflation, money and finance. So it's like generally considered macroeconomics. What I feel general economics 2 paper is a daunting task to cover because if you see your semester examination, you have 3 major subjects in general economic 2: macro, growth and development, and international economics. And that too, this paper will be conducted in the afternoon shift, that is on day 2. So it will be like a daunting task for you to implement. It will be challenging physically, mentally, both. And sometimes what I feel, when you get a break from like morning to afternoon shift, you get 2 hours break. If you make notes properly, you will get a proper revision time of whole paper in just like 30 to 45 minutes. So here, these are the things that you need to understand and implement. So this is majorly macroeconomics. Here, if you go topic wise, it will be easy for you to complete. This is how we also teach in our live classes, following the same methodology. Now, financial and capital market, finance and economic development. So here you can see majorly you'll find things related to the stock market, or what I can say capital market. But here, not the current news is important, like what Sensex or Nifty is doing, but here the concepts are very, very important, how these markets function. Similarly, if we talk about growth and development, so here the syllabus is well defined. Here you'll find lot of division, clear-cut division, what exactly they are going to ask. So here you can see concepts of economic growth and development, their measurement. It means all those indices, HDI, PQLI, and multidimensional poverty index, etc. All the index will come there. Then you have theory of growth, then theories of economic development. So clearly written everything, where you will find clear-cut distinction, and this is how you can cover the growth and development part. Then we have international economics. So there are different modules, although UPSC divided in the syllabus, but it's like 3 of them are the part of international economics. Here you can see the theories. So they have given the name of theories: Ricardo, Haberler, Heckscher, Rollin, Stapler, Samuelson, etc. and theory of tariff as well. Now talking about balance of payment, so disequilibrium in balance of payment. So all kind of BOP related issues will be coming here, and Mundell-Fleming model, European Union built on that particular model only. So that is also there. And then we have some factual topics like multinational organization. Like if you see in 2025 or 24, WTO is losing the relevance. Although in 2025, we've completed almost 30 years, 1995 to 2025. And Marrakesh Agreement in 2024, we have completed 30 years. But right now, multilateral trade is a question mark, because countries are engaging in bilateral trade more and not taking WTO seriously. So you may get a question related to WTO and its relevance. So here it's not like you have to see only the static portion, you have to link it with current affairs as well. Like if I talk about World Bank and IMF, Bretton Woods Conference 1944 to 2024, you will find that these two organizations also completed 80 years. So here you will find a lot of things. And G20, last year it was India, this year Brazil. So again, it's important related to current affairs. So no, not just you prepare the static portion, but always link it with current affairs, because in the examination, if they are not asking the direct question, but still there's a possibility to link it with current affairs in that. Okay, now we'll come to General Economics 3. Here we have the division, 4 division. Generally, if you look at this paper, you'll find this paper is like the shortest among all. But here, when the syllabus is short, you'll find a majority of question from one portion. So here you'll find more question from public finance, and UPSC wants to put stress on these areas, because when you get into the services, public finance plays a very important role. When you get into the services, obviously economic development we are doing. Every country is doing economic development, but they have to concern about environmental economics as well. That is why they have given great stress to that. So here you can see public finance, all the syllabus clearly mentioned. What I say is these are the one topics, if you refer any book of public finance, maybe Musgrave or maybe Bhatia. But here you can see that the topics generally mentioned here are like big topics like public expenditure. Then we have public debt. Then we have taxation, that is revenue. You have to divide it properly with proper examples. Then we come to environmental economics. Again, here I can say Rio process. Then we have Kyoto Protocol, UNFCCC, COP meetings, etc. So again, it is linked with current affairs at all. Now, here when you're writing answer, it should reflect to the examiner that you are reading current affairs. That's what UPSC demands here. People generally write static answers, and static UPSC does not want. UPSC wants that you write basics. Your structure must be from basics or textbook, but your answer must be dynamic. It should be 360 degree, so that examiner will get an idea that you understood, you read current affairs, you follow newspaper, you read magazines, you follow these protocols or whatever. India is committed to that. Then we have industrial economics. In industrial economics, you'll find the hint of microeconomics. So again, you can prepare this overlapped with general economics 1. When general economics 1, market structure was not very much given in the dominance, but here you'll find market structure, product differentiation, monopolistic, etc., etc. And then we have state market and planning. Very important topic because recently if I say, because India got independence in 1947. So recently in 2015, if I say, in context of India's independence, we have abolished Planning Commission and Niti Aayog came into the picture. So here you can say almost the decade-long journey of Niti Aayog. Here there are majority of questions that you can expect. And then we come to Indian economics, that is paper 4 in economics and paper 6 in total. So this paper you'll be writing at day 3 afternoon shift. Here we have history of development and planning. So all the planning era, approximately around 1991, you'll find here. And majority you'll find questions related to reforms and the economic crisis that India faced. Here one important topic is alternate development strategy, because the policymakers, the thinkers, they generally criticize what India adopted since 1947 or majorly after 1950 when we set up the Planning Commission. So alternate development strategy, it means what China did. What China did is since 1949 Cultural Revolution, when Mao Zedong came into the power, till 1978, China focused on agriculture sector. And they have built the surplus. And after building the surplus in 1978, Deng Xiaoping introduced open door policy. And that open door policy obviously is economic reforms. So China took it deliberately. India had to adopt in 1991 due to compulsion because we were in the crisis. So here we need to understand that how alternate development strategy would have helped India, and that can be the question. Then again, federal finance related to Finance Commission, constitutional amendment. So it's like related to bit of economics, polity. And budget and fiscal, obviously budget very important because when you get into the services, you will be working majorly in fiscal policy. Then poverty, unemployment and human development. So here you'll find a lot of poverty measures government adopted in the past since independence and what exactly we are doing currently. Agriculture and rural development, very important topic because agriculture is a livelihood for approximately 60% of our population directly linked with agriculture. Then we have urbanization and migration because our cities are facing challenges. So here how you can link with current affairs, like for example, for Delhi we have Noida and Gurgaon. For Mumbai we have Navi Mumbai. On the same lines, all our big metro cities, they are facing the problem of incorporating a lot of people migrating from other areas for economic opportunities. So here you need to understand how the next level urbanization will implement, how these smart cities are working in favor of urbanization, etc., etc. Then we have industry. So industrial policy reforms. So I feel that since 1991, we have the major industrial reform, although not named as industrial reform, but that is Make in India. India wanted to become a part of global value chain. And right now, countries are seeing India as an alternative to China, since China is obviously struggling to cope up with these things. Now here you need to understand that the countries are seeing alternatives to China. Recent victory of Donald Trump has led to speculation that he will fight again the trade war or tariff war against China. And this is the best opportunity for our country to take the advantage. So industrial policy reforms are very, very important, especially in terms of the entry, the competition and the exit, because in 1991, India has actually gave the entry, right to entry. Then Competition Commission of India and Competition Act in the first decade of 21st century. But in 2016, companies got the right to exit, that is Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. If you understand the concept like this, you will get marks surely. Because we always say UPSC doesn't give marks, UPSC doesn't give marks. But we don't know how to fetch those marks. This is a simple methodology. So here if you write good content, you will get the marks. Then we have labor, because labor problem is there. Problem of rural unemployment is different. Problem of urban unemployment is different. Plus the incorporation of artificial intelligence is killing the jobs. They are generating jobs as well, but that is very few. But obviously they are killing more jobs. Like ChatGPT next version that is due to be launched in January 2025, that will help you in booking tickets as well. That can do majority of the things that generally other websites are doing, or maybe the travel agents are doing. And that is only the one scenario that I'm telling. So how it is impacting employment, how it is impacting labor welfare, etc. Then we have foreign trade. Obviously here you can say India and WTO. Then we have tariff policy, salient features of India's foreign trade. So every 5 years we release some document related to foreign trade policies. Very, very important for this particular portion, and how India is having bilateral trade agreements with different countries. So like right now, Prime Minister Modi went to Kenya. What's the result of that? Why he went to Kenya only? Why not any other African country? So you need to understand the bilateral relation. Prime Minister went to Russia after took the third term as a prime minister. He went to Russia. Then again, after victory of Trump, we are seeing the India-US relation to come closer or become better. That was hampering at the time of Biden. So here, India's foreign trade and their impact. Then we have money and banking. So how India's credit economy is working, because if a country wants to grow, you can see 10 years or 15 years back, what people were doing. People were saving for 6 months to buy a fridge, AC, or maybe cooler in the home. But what exactly we do today? We buy, and then we pay installment with the help of majorly credit cards or any Bajaj Finance related companies, those who finance. So the methodology changed, and now India is working towards a credit economy. How money and banking that is working. And then we have the last option, which is inflation. That is the 11th part of this paper, Indian economy. Inflation is very, very easy chapter. You can actually prepare that in one day as well. WPI, CPI, consequences, remedy, trends, estimate, and definition. And then you link with current affairs. These are the things for general, I can say general economics 1, 2, 3 and Indian economics. Then we have English paper. So English paper, the separate video will be there. But here in short, I'll discuss. In English paper, it is majorly if you go for essay, because sometimes as a student, we are not able to cope up with a lot of vocabularies. So here essay, précis writing, these are the major areas where you can score marks. What I suggest to the students is in GS and English, if you put together, if you score 80 to 100 marks, it is very beneficial. So if you're good at GS, not good at English, go for 50-30 or vice versa, or maybe it's 40-40. So this is how you can incorporate these three things. In GS, we have geography, history, polity, and economy. So in economy, obviously we have all 4 papers. So you have studied that. Regarding 3, so polity, history, and geography, we'll do a separate session on that. But in short, what I can say, refer NCERTs, read good books, and all link with current affairs. If you link with current affairs, you'll get the history question also right. Because it's very difficult to read the 5 parts of the history: ancient, medieval, modern, then post-independence, and then obviously, if some part, obviously they're not asking world history, but linking with world history, they can ask. Like for Subhash Chandra Bose, they can ask. So it is somewhere or the other, it is linked with so many things. So it's difficult to cover in a short span of time. What I feel, if you aim for 40 marks, that will do the purpose. Because we need to understand the cost-benefit analysis. If you invest more time in GS, we'll get less output. It's better to focus more on economics papers, and here you focus on 40 out of 100 and 40 out of 100 on an average. You will get through. Our main aim is to get through the line. Again, I'm reminding you, every Sunday we do a 3 hours live workshop for Indian Economic Service. The registration link is given in the description. You can register it for free. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want such more videos, you can click on the subscribe button so that you'll get the notification. Thank you so much and have a nice day.